Hi, I'm Larry Dignan, and we're here with Kevin Jones. He's CEO of Rackspace, and we're going to talk about multi-cloud and kind of how things are shifting around. Hi, Kevin. How you doing?
I'm great, Larry. Thanks for having me on.
So Rackspace has an interesting view of multi-cloud and kind of how COVID-19's changed things a bit. I guess to start off, let's just walk through what you're seeing from customers in terms of workloads and what they're doing with multi-cloud deployments.
Great. Well, look, multi-cloud is in its early stages today, but we believe it's going to power the future of technology. With COVID-19, we've seen an acceleration to multi-cloud, which is now at the center of many business transformations. And industry analysts actually predict spending on digital transformation technologies and services will grow by double digits this year, despite the challenges the pandemic presents. Here at Rackspace Technology, we have actually been slammed with demand from customers, motivated to get to the cloud. And the reason is because now more than ever, customers are looking for cost savings. They're looking for the ability to scale up and scale down, security, and speed and agility. And multi-cloud enables all this. And that's great news for us, Larry, because multi-cloud is at the center of Rackspace Technology strategy.
So in terms of what customers are looking for, are they looking for multi-cloud and then to have somebody manage it? Or is it more about the technology and platform and they can manage it?
So look, really, all of the above. And what we're seeing with customers is that at first they thought, look, multi-cloud should be pretty easy. It's just another cloud, but the reality is it's very complex and they keep coming to us for help, both with professional services and managed services. And to fully realize the value of multi-cloud, companies must navigate a maze of disparate and complicated technologies. Few can even understand these technologies on their own, and that's only half the battle. Multi-cloud requires a mastery of how all these technologies, integrate and work together, which is the key to deriving value from them. So it's nearly impossible for companies to actually achieve this on their own at scale in a world-class way. As a result, 75% of enterprises want a services partner to help them get to multi-cloud by the end of 2021, up from 30% in 2018. And that's why customers need us. Now more than ever, customers are under extreme pressure to get to the cloud, but the complexity and challenge is overwhelming and customers need our help.
What are the biggest roadblocks in multi-cloud? Is it just the fact that, all three big cloud providers kind of have their own management plane and things like that, or is it more specific to the company?
So look, it's the roadblocks really stem from the complexity of multi-cloud because as time has gone on, there's been a lot of specialization amongst the three hyperscaler providers, and customers are getting much more kind of advanced with their desire to save money, to scale up, scale down, and to move to the future. So customers could do pretty well when they were operating in a single cloud environment, but now with multi-cloud, the complexity is really too much. So the roadblocks really are the complexity. And what Rackspace Technology does is we make that complexity go away, right? We really handle all this across the customer's end-to-end cloud journey. So, we start at the beginning with our professional services capability, and that's where we really advise customers on their roadmap. Then we actually do the design and the build. So we actually help the migration process from, could be dedicated environments or other cloud environments to the multi-cloud world that they're seeking to achieve. And then we actually manage it on the back end. So the great thing about us is we actually provide that full end-to-end cloud lifecycle journey for customers.
And then as far as managing this, what's the most valuable technology? Like, is it Kubernetes? Is it, VMware? I guess it depends on the cloud, but what are you using to manage it the most?
So we look, all of those technologies are great. I mean, we have lots and lots of engagements with customers now with containers, and Kubernetes is kind of the primary platform that we're seeing there. We see others, but the way that we manage these operations for customers is we've got our own proprietary intellectual property. It's a software called Rackspace Fabric. And Rackspace Fabric was built over the last decade, over $1 billion in investment, over 12 million hours of professional services time. And this is really kind of the integrated portal where customers can look at their entire multi-cloud environments, not just one cloud, but their entire multi-cloud environment. Also has integrated billing and allocations for all their financial processes at their particular organization. So that's really what drives the engine of the management of services that Rackspace Technology provides. And that we've got a huge advantage over our the rest of the players in our market here because it's been developed over the last 10 years. And then secondly, what really kind of makes Rackspace Technology stand out is the automation that we have. So, we've got the highest automation in the industry because of Rackspace Fabric, our software platform, and just because of the fantastic technical talent that we have automating more process every day. So when customers come to us, they love the software and they love the automation because that means the vast majority of their transactions will never be touched by a human. And that's just higher speed and higher quality.
In terms of cloud providers, I guess what's the split among your customer base? Are they mostly AWS, Google Cloud, Azure? I guess how's it stack up?
So look, we've got growing relationships with all three hyperscalers. We are by far the largest managed services provider for AWS, but we've also got growing relationships with Google and Microsoft Azure. So, all three relationships are fantastic. We also have a very strategic relationship with VMware. We've got a lot of the largest VMware instances anywhere in the world, and they've been a fantastic strategic partner for us. So the great thing about our relationships and with our partners is that, we've really doubled down here, and what that's allowed us to do is innovate faster, right? We're able to innovate faster because we're leveraging the billions of dollars of R&D that our partners have actually invested over the years, and we're actually releasing solutions together. It's been a fantastic kind of strategic shift for the company. While we do have a lot of great intellectual property and software here at Rackspace Technology, I don't have the view that everything has to be invented at Rackspace, right? There's best of breed solutions all over the world that we incorporate in our overall approach to engaging with customers.
As far as I mentioned the big three cloud providers, but, do you offer services for other ones like, Oracle Cloud, IBM?
Yep, absolutely. So we're scaled in all these technologies that you mentioned. Great relationships with Oracle and other SaaS providers like ServiceNow and Salesforce and others. So we've got lots of SaaS capability. One of the interesting things also that we've been doing is we've been expanding geographically. So because we have such a rich set of solutions related to all these partners that you've talked about, we're now seeing massive growth both in our EMEA region and in Asia and Japan and the South Pacific. So it's been a fantastic ride, being able to grow with our partners in that way.
In terms of basically, if you look out going forward, how many clouds do you think will be in the mix in the average enterprise?
That's a great question. And the good news is that, we're prepared for multiple clouds and multiple cloud use cases, right? So, we've seen great growth from all three hyperscalers. We've seen some niche providers pop up as well, and we partner with them. But, I think when you look across private cloud, public cloud, and then, all the different types of multi-cloud environments that are coming into play, I could see in 5 or 10 years, more cloud solutions being available. The great thing about our solution is that with Rackspace Fabric, our software platform that really enables the multi-cloud visibility and portal and managed services, that works with all of them, right? And it's very straightforward for us to plug additional cloud technologies that come into the market into Rackspace Fabric, and it's completely seamless for our customers. So if they want to go to a new cloud, we can do that. If they want to move workloads between clouds, we can do that, no problem.
What are some of the nuances between managing infrastructure as a service and software as a service? Like what's the difference, and what are the things to look for as you're managing these things?
Well, I would say infrastructure as a service and software as a service both actually have a lot of similar characteristics, right? I would say when you're dealing with software as a service type providers, there's a different migration methodology that we use when we're dealing with software as a service rather than infrastructure as a service. There's different partners that we use, but really the fundamental concept is the same. Ultimately customers are looking to save money, right? Or they're looking to be able to be more agile and develop faster, or they're looking to develop new business models, right? And pivot faster. So, when you look at our professional services capability, it works great on infrastructure as a service type engagements. It also works equally great in software as a service engagements.
In terms of, Rackspace has been private for a while, and if I remember, it was a lot of co-location data centers, some services. The company's been through a few different transformations. What's the split of the business today in terms of colos, data centers, hosting, managed services? I guess what's the breakdown these days?
If you just kind of look over the past year, after I started with the company, really what we did is we kind of implemented a transformation playbook, which I'd used in previous companies, and then we made some strategic changes. So some of the strategic changes that we made, we really doubled down on our partners and our partner ecosystem. We embraced kind of the history and the culture of Rackspace, and then we transformed Fanatical Support, which you probably heard of, that we're known for the last 20 years. We really transformed that to Fanatical Experience, which includes not just how we react to customers, but also how we grow our relationships with customers. And then we aggressively engaged our teams with the enterprise market. The other thing that we did, Larry, to your point, is we really pivoted, really over the last 3 years, we've pivoted our offerings. Since we were taken private 3.5 years ago, we've had a massive amount of acquisition activity, right? So we've had 4 acquisitions. They've all been incredibly useful to us, right? We acquired Tricore, DataPipe, Relation Edge, and most recently Annika. Those got us into software as a service. They got us into the enterprise market, into the public sector, into applications, and then finally helped us consolidate our position in the AWS ecosystem. So with all those together, before we were really known as a company that sold, managed hosting and OpenStack products. That's probably what you remember us for. We've transformed completely, and now we offer multi-cloud solutions that includes private and public cloud, includes a depth of professional services, includes our, managed services capability, which we're famous for, but also includes applications, data, and security. So the predominance of our growth is now coming from those newer offerings, which includes multi-cloud apps, data, and security. And as a result, we are a completely transformed company, and we've even changed our name.
What's the, as far as those fast growing ones, I guess, what's the revenue pie look like?
I'm sorry, say that again.
What does the revenue pie look like? Like, is it mostly services now? Is it hosting?
So look, we are still, we are still a predominantly managed services business. That's kind of where the legacy of the company came from, and that's still kind of the biggest part of the business. But the fastest growing part of the business is professional services, and that's where we, have that front end engagement with the customers, where we do all the advisory, the assessment, a lot of the migration work, a lot of the integration work. That's kind of the fastest growing part of the business. And the largest part, again, is the managed services piece.
So tell me about the name change. Why Rackspace Technology?
Great. Well, thanks, Larry. One of the most important things I want to stress is we are a completely transformed company compared to where we were just 3 short years ago. Over the last 3 years, we diversified our offerings through strategic acquisitions like Tricor, DataPipe, Relation Edge, and most recently, Annika. We also have fast-growing practices in cloud-native application development, AI, machine learning, Internet of Things, security services, and containers. And our new name, Rackspace Technology, better articulates our full value to the market. Our new mission is embrace technology, empower customers, and deliver the future. And we want the world to know what we do, which is move our customers to the cloud faster. And this is especially important now as the pandemic brought an increasing demand for our customers to implement multi-cloud solutions. We work every day with customers who know us and love us, but we want everyone in our industry to understand all that we do now.
Okay, thanks for joining us.
Okay, thank you.